"You should have signed, Mara," my sister said while her husband crushed my throat against my own floor. Derek's knee pinned my dislocated shoulder. Blood warmed the hardwood beneath my cheek. Celeste stood over us in a cream coat, arms folded, watching with the calm of someone waiting for paperwork to finish. They wanted my signature on a ruinous loan that would bury my salary beneath their debts. They thought terror would make me obedient. Before darkness closed, I pressed the emergency button on my tactical watch. 3 weeks earlier, they had entered my apartment without knocking. Celeste carried perfume, contempt, and a manila folder. Derek dropped it beside the service pistol I was cleaning. "Family helps family," he said. The papers offered 18% interest, shared liability, and my excellent credit as collateral for their failing house, leased SUV, and mountain of cards. Celeste smiled as if sacrifice were my natural duty. I pushed the folder back. "No," Derek's face reddened. Celeste's smile vanished. Before leaving, he flicked open my late father's silver lighter, smoked over my table, and promised I would regret humiliating them. The threats began the next morning. Funeral lilies appeared outside my door. Notes slid beneath the lock. Their black navigator idled across the street after midnight. My mother called, not to protect me, but to repeat that Dad would be ashamed. That lie unlocked an older memory. At 19, Celeste had shoved me down our staircase. My shoulder tore from its socket. On the drive to the hospital, Mom gripped my good arm and ordered me to say I had fallen. Celeste's scholarship mattered more than my bones. I ended the call and contacted attorney Naomi Price. Naomi studied the notes and surveillance log without offering pity. "The police need more than intimidation. Give them evidence nobody can explain away." I installed hidden cameras with cloud storage, reinforced the entry, and linked my watch to Dispatch and Naomi. My apartment became a controlled perimeter. Then Celeste demanded I attend Sunday dinner in Ohio. Every relative was there. Nobody greeted me. Nobody passed me food. They praised cousins who mortgaged homes for siblings and called selfishness a disease. Mom finally raised Dad's memory like a weapon. I stood so abruptly my chair scraped the floor. Outside, Celeste followed me onto the frozen porch. "Nobody is on your side," she whispered. "You will sign, even if I make you beg." I drove home knowing the argument was over. Violence was coming. 2 nights later, Derek called, drunk and slurring. 5 minutes, open the door. Headlights swept my windows. His first impact cracked the frame. The third tore the door inward. He charged with an aluminum bat, but the hallway narrowed his swing. I ducked. He dropped it, slammed me into the wall, grabbed my hair, and drove his knee into my damaged shoulder. The joint burst with white pain. I fell. He straddled me and closed both hands around my throat. Celeste stepped through the wreckage. "You should have signed, Mara," she said. "This could have been easier." My thumb held the watch button for 3 seconds. Sirens erupted outside. Derek released me. Celeste screamed for him to run, but officers flooded the doorway before they reached the stairs. At the hospital, Naomi told me troopers had caught them at the county line. Derek claimed self-defense. Celeste claimed she had been terrified. The cameras destroyed both stories. The footage showed the forced entry, the bat, the assault, and Celeste calmly directing my punishment. Her voice was perfectly clear. At trial, Derek's lawyer painted me as an unstable veteran who attacked first. I remained still until Naomi played the recording. The courtroom watched Derek break into my home and crush my throat. Then Celeste appeared above me and delivered her sentence. The jury gasped. My mother stared at the screen. Celeste broke under questioning and admitted they had planned the attack to force my signature. Derek received prison time for aggravated assault and extortion. Celeste was convicted of conspiracy and placed under a permanent restraining order. When I left, Mom would not meet my eyes. A month later, she mailed a letter asking me to forgive everyone so the family could return to normal. She never asked whether I could breathe without pain or sleep without waking terrified. I folded the letter and locked it inside my father's wooden box beside his recovered lighter. Then I moved to Texas. I began teaching young military medics how financial abuse and family coercion escalate into physical danger. My case became part of a national training program. 14 months later, after speaking to a packed military auditorium, a young lieutenant stopped me backstage. Tears trembled on her face. "I'm cutting my father off from my account tonight," she said. I squeezed her shoulder. "Hold the line." Outside, sunlight struck my face. The court had imprisoned my attackers, but freedom came from something else, refusing to confuse blood with loyalty, surrender with peace, or silence with love. For the first time, no one owned my no, and nobody ever would again.